Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome back to Virtue's Last Reward. We were just going over what we had done previously. I hadn't started recording yet. But, so yeah, last couple of episodes, we found out who Tenmyoji really was. Turned out all of us had already known the entire time.
Well, I mean, at least for me, that's obvious.
Yeah.
But
We got Tenmyoji ending, as you can see. We saw Zero Senior also in the little hologram.
And he told us secrets that we couldn't divulge to anyone else.
Yes. Secrets that would not be helpful in that route.
No.
it's almost like he knows or something.
Yeah.
I wonder if he knows what a nonary game is and why the nonary games existed.
What? That's a funny joke because he's the one who created this notary game.
Yeah, I know. That's the point.
Funny is what I'm saying.
Okay. So, where do we want to go now?
What are the pank things? Not the ends. The ones
The
up
pank.
top.
The pank.
The pank.
What
are those? Oh,
that's doors.
Okay.
That's the pink door.
Yeah, it's the color of the door.
Yep. Okay.
The magenta door, rather.
The one on the far left we haven't done at all.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Just continue to do ones that we haven't done, I guess.
Okay, so... Let's see. Yeah, we haven't done that at all. Okay.
Oh, I believe we can go back to another,
Yeah, there were a couple of, opened locks as well, if we want to do one of those.
Yeah.
So, let's see. We have an open lock, like, third from the right, and another one, like, you guys can see them, the green ones. I wish that you guys could see my mouse cursor. It would make things so much easier.
Yeah.
But alas.
Alas.
I'm wondering what the cause of that is. Like...
Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah.
That you can't see it.
Like, what are you streaming to us? Like, directly from the window, or...?
Yeah. Like, on Discord, it'll just say, like, stream 0 escape the nonary games, and I just hit that.
It just happens sometimes when you stream games that your cursor isn't captured on the screen.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
It's annoying.
It is. Alright, so what do we want to do?
Are there any things that we've unlocked? Oh, that one green question mark.
There's 2 green ones. That's what I was...
Well,
There's 3 actually.
Well,
well,
that one
the
we
one that's earliest.
One of
Yes.
these green ones we already did. That's what got us to the Tenmyoji ending.
Oh,
yeah,
there's a little something else over there too.
One of them has stuff beyond it that isn't locked by another another question.
Yeah, I see.
I mean, yeah, we could try just really quick going through this very last branch down next to the Tenmyoji route just to
I want
done.
Yeah, that's true.
I want to see what's going on with that. And it'll probably be relatively quick.
Oh wait, we have to.
Oh.
We have. Oh, I don't want to do this.
Oh shit! What did we pick before?
We have to betray, don't we?
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
We should have double checked.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's like,
I got a good feeling.
This is we have to
Did
follow
that.
Dio's instructions, right?
アンビデックスゲーム第3ラウンド一同画面にご注目ください。
I do not remember the exact circumstances of this
Oh, wait,
AB
no, yeah.
game.
He asked us to ally so that we would die.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I really do not remember.
Clover, Jesus.
結果は以上のように確定し
That's a bit overkill, Clover.
各自番グルの数字をご確認
Sorry, what
く
did
ださ
Clover
い。
do?
She has
Right.
11 points.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because if we had allied, then we would have died.
Yeah.
And if we had betrayed, this would have happened. And then Dio was able to leave because he did Dio things, I guess.
Because he sucks.
Hey, what's the deal?
クォークは関係ない。投票はわしが独断で行ったんじゃ。
So why'd you choose betray?
それはお互い様じゃろう。 じゃが
Somebody made me do
今
it.
は言い合いをしている場合ではな
That was
さそう
from,
だな。
that was earlier before we cured him. That's what
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
what made
yeah.
me all confused rated.
Yep.
Yeah.
見ろ。四つ葉が9の扉の前に立っておる。
What? Oh no.
Off she goes.
Bye bye.
You would think
Well-
that I would say that Tenmyoji should be more worried about this than he obviously is, but then again, he also has access to the morphogenetic field, so it didn't really matter to him.
あの女開きやがった。
どうして待ってよ四つ葉さん
Yeah, I remember next. We were like, we can't betray Tenmyoji.
Clover. What the hell do you think you're doing?
仲間を呼んでくるの
What?
アリスの仇を取るためにね
Justice? Wait, do you mean?
Girl, nobody's out there.
9の扉が開放されました。9の扉
She
閉鎖
doesn't
まで
know.
残り9秒
Chat,
です
she doesn't know.
それじゃ私行くから四つ葉さん待ってください四つ葉さん
てめえさせるか。
Dio leapt at Clover, his fists raised. Clover easily avoided him and moved toward the door.
Common Dio fail.
Literally.
Get his ass.
I caught one last glimpse of her face as she slid through the door. It was a mask of ice.
Ice 9?
Ice 9.
No, that'd be Alice's face.
9の扉を閉鎖しました。これにてノナリーゲームは終了。お疲れ様でした。なお、ゲームの終了に伴い、施設内にある
Well.
9の扉以外のすべての扉は開放されます。
We're stuck here forever.
どうぞご
Yep.
ゆっくりとお過ごしください。残りの余生をこの施設の中で
Enjoy your stay is always so funny.
It is.
Wah wah.
Wah.
Well, that was
Alright.
fast. Yay!
Yeah.
Another game
Yay.
over.
Let me in. Oh, wait.
Another dead end.
You hit return, I think.
Yeah. I was like, wait, hang on. Okay, so we want to do this lock that's higher up.
Yes. The
Yep.
third from the left.
Yeah.
Or right. Directions.
Okay, so this is... I'm gonna like skim through it a little bit to try to remember
さっきと同じ
what's going on here.
それで
クオーク君と同じアリスさんも
Okay. 2 people infected, only 1 thing.
Axelavir.
D. Yay! IG equals immunoglobulin.
正確に言うとイミューンボディなのですがウイルスを駆逐する抗体のことです
IG Replicator.
レプリケーターは
Oh, so we can make
Oh, it's a
more!
レプリカを
flashback.
作る機械
Yeah.
IG Replicator.
So it's like a copy machine.
うん
For chemicals.
Yeah.
多分頭についてる IB ってやつのね
Any ideas?
さあなんだろうイカのバター焼きのことかな
That's it. I've got it. The IG replicator in the laboratory. It's an immunoglobulin replication machine. That's hard to say.
Immunogoblin.
Immunogoblin.
Immunogoblin these nuts.
It can copy immunoglobulin antibodies. God. Luna just said Axelavir is made from antibodies. That means we can make more Axelavir.
待ってください。確かにバイオラボには IB レプリケーターなる謎の機械が設置されていました。それはあの部屋を探索した時、私と四葉さんで確認しています。
うんでも結局何の複製機なのかわからなかったんだよね
そうですね。けれど、どうしてそのことをシグマさんが
Don't worry about it.
I saw it when I was in the laboratory.
いつ
Don't worry about it.
じゃねえか。
Why is
No.
Dio helping?
Dio was wrong. I hadn't gone to the laboratory when I was looking for Alice. I didn't think I'd ever been to the laboratory. Just go with it, Sigma. I don't know why Dio is helping, but just go with it.
For real.
Real.
So, how did I know about the IG replicator?
とにかくシグマさんの話が確かならアクセラビルは複製できるはずですそうすれば言うまでもなくアリスさんとクオーク君のどちらにも薬を投与することが可能になりますでは
Oh my.
確かめに行ってみるとするか
Sorry.
バイオラボとやらに
おおそうじゃな病気が進行する前に早く部下を
We all nodded.
Wait. We can't leave them here all alone.
Leave him with Dio.
Luna, do you think you
Really,
could stay behind and look after them?
はいわかりました
All right, then, let's go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's very important.
See, it sounds so much better with the fee at the end. Oh my god, these transitions.
Seriously.
It takes
I don't need to see every door.
years.
There you go.
Ooh.
The laboratory.
ここがバイオラボか。
そうです。
それで IB レプリケーターとやらはどこに？
Right here. See?
こいつを使えば抗ウイルス薬アクセラビルのコピーが作れるんだな。
I think so.
ねえ、だったら早く始めようよ。
Calm down, alright? Don't rush me.
I carefully lowered the small vial of Axelavir into the slot on the side of the machine. An empty vial already protruded from the other side. Presumably, that was where the duplicated Axelavir would go.
Ready? When I push this button, it should.
前置きはいらん。
Sigma, just do
いい
it.
からさっさと
Just
始
do
め
it! We don't need the 3, 2, 1 this time.
Right. My bad. Sorry for trying to put a little levity in the situation.
No one loves your levity, sir.
She levity on my situation until I press the button.
Wow. See, what they really need to do is they need to keep one of the Axelavir bottles there, and then just keep replicating it, right?
Yeah.
Did it work?
見ろよ。空だった方の小瓶の中に液体が注入されてるぜ。
シグマさんがセットした方の薬はそのままですね。中身が減っているというわけでもありません。
つまり成功ってこと？
そうじゃなければ困
Do
る
it
わい。
again.
Do it again!
Do it again!
Alright, let's get this thing back to the infirmary.
No! Do it again first! I reached down and pulled both vials from the machine, intending to slip them deftly into my pocket.
Sir, just drop
shit.
one.
Oh,
どうしたんじゃ？
God.
Sorry. My hand slipped.
Oh my
薬の瓶を
god.
落としたのね。
Yeah. Just one, though.
Oh
なん
my
とい
god.
うこと割れたらどうするんじゃ？
Come on. If it had broken, then we could have just made another copy.
Before Tenmyoji could reply, Phi spoke.
これは
I was surprised to hear her voice coming from near my feet. I looked down to see her staring intently at something beneath the table.
ほ
Oh,
ら
is she
見た
fighting a
こと
bomb?
か。瓶が割れてしまったんじゃな。
いや違う。この通り薬の瓶は無事だ。
She probably found another bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She held
Oh,
it up in one hand, but didn't move her eyes.
じゃあ一体どうしたって言うんだ。
見ればわかる。
She slid back from the table quickly and silently. The rest of us bent down to look. There's number 2!
Bomb?
おい、
Bomb.
マジか。
Bomb?
これで二つ目じゃねえか。
ケイの言った通りになってしまったな。
やっぱり爆弾は一つだけじゃなかったんだ。
ええ、そのようですね。
K、四つ葉、
お前らがここを探索した時にこの爆弾は？
いえ、ありませんでした。
うん、なかったね。するとこいつはアリスを探していた時に仕掛けられたことになるな。
一体誰がこんなもんを。
I wonder. We were all out looking for Alice. It could have been any of us.
いや、全員ではないぞ。わしはあの時医務室で待機しておった。そこで麻酔薬を打たれたクオークのことを見ておったんじゃ。
だから自分だけは容疑者から除外しろ。そういうことか。
ええ、クオークもな。
しかし天明寺さん、あなたがずっと医務室にいたという保証はないのではありませんか？
なんじゃと？
もしかしたらこっそりと抜け出してこのバイオラボを訪れたのかも。
バカな。
You need a better alibi.
わしがクオークを一人
My
残し
alibi
て
is
こんな
I
と
didn't
こ
do
ろに
it.
やってくるわけがなかろう。
Tenmyoji was still staring furiously at Kay when Clover spoke up.
ねえ、なんだろうこれ。
I turned in time to see her grab something from under the table.
メモリーカードのようだな。
It's a Switch cartridge.
どこにあった？
Lick it.
Lick it.
Lick it!
爆弾のすぐ下のとこ
Big
ろ。
deal, lick it.
の土台と床の隙間に挟まってたんだ。
爆弾を仕掛けた犯人、その人物のものではないでしょうか。私たちがここを調べた時にそんなものはありませんでしたから。
Do you think they dropped it accidentally?
意図的に残したのでないとするならそうなりますね。
中にはどんなデータが？
Let's take a look. I hope there's boobs on it. Could I see it for a minute?
うん、いいけど。
I plucked the card out of her hand and looked around the room. Nothing.
Yeah, what exactly were you planning to, like, do with it, my dude?
Put it in a computer.
There's no computers!
We need to go back to the infirmary.
Sigma no C. Compute device.
No dice. We'll need to plug it into something that can read memory cards, but I don't see anything here.
じゃあ、
Didn't we
どうす
see
るの？
something that could a long time ago? I feel like we
The
did.
infirmary.
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah. Come on, if I knew I'd be doing it.
アンビデックスゲーム投票の締め切りまで残り10分です。プレイヤーは速やかに投票を済ませてください。所定の時刻までに投票を行わなかった場合、未投票者の選択は協力に設定されます。
おい、そろそろ上の階に戻らないとまずいんじゃねえのか。
ああ、そうじゃな。2人分の抗ウイルス薬も手に入ったことじゃし。
しかし、この爆弾はどうするのです？
そのままにしておくしかねえだろ。アリスは触れたらやばいって言ってたしな。
ですが、
やむをえん。爆弾をどうするのかについては、ひとまず保留としよう。それよりも今は、アリスとクオークを助ける方が先だ。
Right. So we'll go back to the infirmary, give them the Axelavir, and then head to the floor A warehouse.
了解。
Let's go.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
これでもう大丈夫なはずです。じきに2人は回復すると思います。
Her voice was quiet as she backed away from Alice and Quark. In her hand was the injection gun. She carefully removed the empty vial and placed it gently in the cabinet with the other one. While we were in the laboratory, Luna had moved Quark to a crude cot. They both looked peaceful as they slept. The madness I'd seen on their faces before was completely gone.
本当に大丈夫なんじゃな。
はい。解析の結果、複製によって生み出された薬は間違いなくアクセラビルだと判明しました。もちろんもう一つのオリジナルの方も本物。それらを二人に投与したので、
間もなくウイルスは駆逐されると。
そのはずです。よかった。本当に。
Clover grinned.
Agreed.
I gave her a reassuring pat on the back.
アンビデックスゲーム投票の締め切りまで残り5分です。
さあみんな、安堵の気分に浸っている場合ではなさそうだぞ。早く AB ルームに向かわなければ。
一息ついてる暇もねえっていうのかよ。
Come on, let's go. The Flore warehouse is waiting. I hope it didn't grow legs and walk off. Just like little chicken feet walking away.
Baba Yaga hugs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was about to say.
Why are we just standing here? Huh? Oh my god, it did grow legs and walk up. Oh, fuck. Where's Tenmyoji?
ああ、天明寺だったら医務室に残ってるぜ。
What?
どうして？
部屋を出る間際、天明寺が来ないことに気づいたから振り向いて聞いてみたんだ。おい、行かないのかって。そしたらあいつ、こんなことを。
抗ウイルス薬を打ったとはいえ、クオークとアリスのことが心配じゃ。わしはここに残る。
なるほど。するとそろばんであるファイさんの対戦相手はディオさん一人だけということになりますね。
One on one, huh? Kick his ass.
大丈夫だファイ。心配するな。
Everything to worry about.
天明寺がいようといまいと、どっ
Both
ち
of you
にしろ俺は
choose
協
betray.
力を選ぶと思っていたんだ。なぜかわかるか？
Every time you go against
私の
Dio,
が1だから。
choose betray.
Yeah.
でも言うつもりか。
その通りだ。お前が
You
協
have
力
no
を
qualms
選
about
び、
killing
俺が裏
somebody,
切りを選んだ
asshole.
お前の BP はマイナス1になって天に召されることになる。そこまでして俺はこのゲームに勝ちたいなんて思わねえ。だから
Yeah.
お
Yes,
前
you
も
are.
Yes, you
分
are.
かってるな。
ディオさんのペアである天明寺さん、その BP もファイさんと同じく一致。
Ah,
だから
shit.
ディオさんが協力を選ぶと宣言した以上、ファイさんも同じように協力を選ばざるを得ない、そういうことですね。なぜならファイさんが裏切りに投票してしまったら、天明寺さんは
まあそういうことだ。
一騎打ちって言うと、私と K も同じだね。K のペアであるクオークはまだ眠ったままだし。
そうなりますね。
How many BP do you guys have?
私は6。
同じく私も6です。
This will be a tough one then.
協力と裏切りに分かれたら、裏切りを選んだ方が9点に。
K、こんなことを言っても信じてもらえるかどうかわからないけど。
分かっています。お互いに協力を選ぼうというのでしょう。
うん。
もちろん賛成ですよ。裏切りと裏切りではプラスマイナス0点ですからね。何の見りもありません。であるならば2人で協力を選んで2点を獲得した方がはるかに賢明です。
So we have 4 people who all, well, not really 5 so much, but the other three would all for sure betray somebody and even kill somebody to get out.
Yep.
Going one-on-one against each other. And then Fi, who just doesn't trust anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And can we blame her?
Oh boy, this will be interesting.
よかった。じゃあ絶対だからね。
え
約束だよ。
え、約束です。
投票の締め切りまで残り1分です。
おい、まずいぞ。早く部屋に入らないと。
わかりました。行きましょう。
Dio, Kay, Fi, and Clover all took off immediately, heading into different AB rooms. Counting from the left, Dio went into room 3, Kay into room 4, and Fi and Clover went into rooms 5 and 6, respectively. That left Luna and myself.
What do you think about taking the one on the far left?
Hi!
She's just happy to be included.
Yeah. With that settled, we headed into AB room number 1.
How close was this to an ending?
Not that close, I don't think.
Okay, so
Yeah, no.
either someone dies or someone dies.
Yeah!
Or everyone lives but no one gets 9 points, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think Fi knows to choose to betray.
投票の締め切りまで残り
Yeah.
'Cause it's fucking Dio. At least I hope she does.
シグマさん、今
Yeah.
更こんなことを言うのもなんですが、対戦相手のアリスさんは今医務室にいます。ですから。
You're saying we should pick ally, right? Since Alice is going to default to that anyway. I know. But I won't do it! It's not really fair to betray someone who isn't voting.
But I will.
But I will!
Luna's face broke into a warm, happy smile.
Aww,
Not
you
to
wanna
be
betray that
sappy.
smile?
Yeah,
Unfortunately, we have to.
But it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. I grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the nonary game didn't seem so scary.
投
Aww.
票の締め切りまで残り10秒です。9、8、7、6、5、4、3、2、1。
You guys were really gunning for betray here.
Newt was. I don't want to betray her.
Yeah, but we gotta...
I mean, it's gotta happen sooner or later, but...
Yes.
Have to happen now.
No. I just like to get the unpleasantness over with, personally.
True.
No.
I don't have a coin that I can flip. Let's just do betray, get it over with. I'm sorry, Luna.
She has so much faith in you. And she shouldn't have, but...
Yeah.
お疲れ様でした。アンビデックスゲートを開放します。
Luna and I stepped out of the AB room.
She gonna give us what for?
どうしてですか？
Oh,
裏切りを選ぶなんてフェアじゃない。そう言ってたの
I'm
に。
sorry, Luna. There was nothing I could think of to say. Even I didn't really understand why I'd picked Betray instead. Because we have to see all of the options, Sigma. It had almost felt unconscious, like some other part of my mind was making the decision. Perhaps I'd been possessed by some sort of evil spirit that had moved my finger to the Betray button against my will.
That's us.
Yep.
Evil spirits.
Ooh.
Right. Well, we should go see the results.
The look in her eyes was more painful than any punch I'd ever taken.
Yeah, that's a question. How many points did Alice have?
I have no idea.
I don't think she's gonna die from this.
I turned away and almost ran toward the projector. Anything to get away from those eyes.
アンビデックスゲーム第2ラウンドの結果を発表します。一同画面にご注目ください。
Here we go.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, that's about how I thought it was gonna go.
Oh,
What?
what?
Huh?
Hello?
How the fuck did that happen? Maybe because everyone chose Betray?
No, maybe she woke up.
It's gotta be that.
Okay, that's...
I think it's the only way, yeah.
Oh! Jesus Christ, though, like, it... Imagine if we had picked Ally and Alice still woke up and picked Betray.
Oh god!
Mm-hmm.
Then Lou would be like, oh, no.
Betrays across the board. Everyone dies.
The single most distrusting round of the AB game to ever exist.
For real.
We did it, gang. We won the AB game. Anyway. What?
It wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again.
No. How can Alice's vote be Betray? That's not possible. There she is. Alice. You are so fucked, dude.
She was standing inside the second room from the left. The room that should have been empty.
Why?
My mind was still reeling. Where had she come from? As I was trying to form a sentence.
Where did she go?
Where did she come from? Cotton-eyed Sigma.
As I was trying to form a sentence, she began to move towards us. From around me, I heard a chorus of muted gasps. It seemed we were united in our surprise and confusion. Alice drew to a stop in front of me and glanced up at the display.
やってくれるわね。私が医務室にいたままだったらどうするつもりだったの？この卑怯者。
Me a coward? You've got some balls saying that to me after you picked Betray.
He's got a point there.
Yeah. Why are you even here?
抗ウイルス薬打ってくれたんでしょ？天明寺さんから聞いたわ。ありがとう。その件についてだけは素直にお礼を言っとくわ。
Yeah, I feel real thanked right about now.
でも麻酔薬の効果はまだ。ええ、切れてないみたいね。おかげで頭はガンガンするし、クラクラとめまいもするし、最悪よ。私、麻酔薬に対する耐性が人一倍強いの。そういう風に鍛えられてるから。多分ゼロボスはそのこと知ってたのね。ここに拉致されてきた時には普通の人の何倍もの薬が投与されたんだと思うわ。とにかくそんなわけで私は医務室で目覚めたの。で天明寺さんから事情を聞いて
慌ててここに駆けつけたってわけ。
So you showed up right after we'd gone into the AB room?
そう。ギリギリのタイミングで滑り込んだのよ。あの部屋に。確か締め切り時刻の10秒前のことだったわ。
Damn.
わざわざ裏切りを選ぶためにここへ？
そうよ。いけない？実際に来て正解だったじゃない。あなたたちの投票先は裏切り。もしも私が医務室に留まったままだったら2点を失ってたことになる。
Yeah.
Yeah.
God forbid you lose 2 points.
つまり自衛のためだったと。
ええ。
That's stupid.
Yeah.
You're full of shit. Self-defense my ass. You chose betray because you wanted out. You had 6 BP. If I picked ally, you would have had 9.
And I would have been dead.
That's what you were trying to do, right?
だとしたらなんだっていうの？
Are you serious? You would have killed me. Look. I only have 1 BP. I only have 1 big P. I can't say. I mean, I could, but I won't.
I shan't say.
I shan't say. Anyway, you were this close to murdering me. Just admit it. You were planning to kill me so you could escape.
バカなこと言わないでよ。あなたたちが裏切りを選ぶのは分かってたわ。だから。
Tell the truth.
嘘じゃないわよ。だいたいなんで私ばっかりが責められなきゃいけないわけ？あの結果をよく見なさいよ。殺人未遂を犯した人間なら他に2人もいるじゃない。
You're the one getting the 3rd degree because you tried to kill the person you're talking to.
Yeah. And also, I think we kind of knew that that was exactly how the other ones were gonna go.
Yeah.
Like...
そうよ。ディオが協力を選んでいたら、ファイは天明寺さんを。ファイが協力を選んでいたら、ディオはファイを殺すことになってたはず。
I didn't expect anything else from these two.
For real.
こんな言い方をするのもなんですが、相手を出し抜いて脱出しようとした人も2人いますね。
I didn't expect anything else from those two either.
四つ葉さんと K さんです。どちらか一方が協力を選んでいたら、もう一方の BP は必ず9になっていたはずで。
I turned to look at the results again. Before, I'd only been looking at my own. I hadn't realized that there was only one word all across the roster. Betray. Whatever trust we'd managed to build had fallen apart. Everyone was suspicious of everyone else. Had it been the bombs? Or had it been something else? I think it's just an unfortunate matchup of people. Whatever the reason, if it kept up, we'd never manage to escape. We'd be trapped in a cycle of 0-point rounds for the rest of our lives. Something had to be done. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath.
Alright guys, pay attention. I'm gonna save your asses with the power of friendship. You've probably already figured this out, but we can't keep going like this. If we don't start being a little more trusting, we're never gonna get out of here. We need to work together.
I might as well have been talking to a wall.
Yeah.
少し考えたいことがあります。 一人にさせてください。
Okay.
俺も行かせてもらうぜ。こういう殺伐とした感じ苦手なんだよ。悪いな。
Dio. Dio. I really thought. 825?
That's not how you say that.
Without another word, she turned and left the warehouse.
I swear to God, that's how I've heard it said before.
Dio and Kay quickly followed suit.
ほらね。これが答えよ。結局みんな自分のことだけしか考えてないの。だから私だけを悪者みたいに言わないでくれる？
But you do admit you're a villain.
Yeah.
行くわよ、四つ葉。
It's because it's personal, lady.
体の方は大丈夫なの？本当に心配したんだからね。
You got any furry specifically to kill somebody, lady.
I watched them walk away, Clover practically jumping with delight to have Alice back. Before long, they reached the yellow door and disappeared beyond it. God.
みんな行ってしまいましたね。
You aren't going to leave too? Are you sure? I chose betray.
知っています。でも私はシグマさんのことを信じてますから、きっと手が滑っただけだったんだと思います。そうでしょ?
My chest hurt, and when I blinked, I felt something hot and wet prick the corners of my eyes.
Luna,
I bit my lip. Before I could think of anything to say, the metallic rumble of the doors closing echoed through the warehouse.
アンビデックスゲートが閉鎖されました。アンビデックスゲーム第3ラウンドは星の回です。ゲートは星のマークが記されたカードキーにより解錠されます。なお、このカードキーの使用回数に制限はありません。これを用いることによりアンビデックスゲートは無限に開放することができます。
As many times as we want, huh?
星のカードキーを使えば何度でも AB ゲームができる。どうやらそういうことみたいですね。ところでシグマさん、バングルを見せてもらえないですか?
Why?
ほら、ゼロウサギは言ってたじゃないですか。
AB ゲートが閉まると同時にバングルの表示色は自動的にシャッフルされるようになってるんだよさ。それからソロとペアの区別もね。
Yeah, I remember. Let's see here. I'm a cyan pair. What about you?
私は紫色のペアです。
I wonder what the others are.
さあ、確かめてみないとわからないですね。
We've got about 80 minutes until the next set of chromatic doors open. So, what should we do now?
みんなバラバラになってしまいましたね。
Yeah. Physically and emotionally. I really don't like how this is going.
Yeah, it's not going well.
It won't matter how many times we repeat the AB game if nobody trusts anybody else. We'll never be able to get out of here.
何か共通の目的があるといいんですが、そうすれば心を一つにできるような気がします。
Let's put on the best talent show this compound has ever seen. Yeah, but we've already got something like that. We all want to get out of here. That seems like a pretty clear goal to me, but everybody chose betray. Including me.
じゃあ、敵を見つけるというのはどうでしょう?
An enemy?
はい、共通の敵です。例えば、2つの爆弾を仕掛けた犯人とか。
After coming back from the lab, I'd told her about the bomb while she gave Alice and Quark the Axelavir.
Yeah, that might work. Well, that's the problem though. They're gonna think everybody else, like...
Yeah.
They're gonna be suspicious of everybody. They don't know who set the bomb. That's just gonna make things worse.
Yeah.
If we can figure out which one of us planted those bombs, then everyone else will work together against them. But how do we figure out who it is?
何か手がかりはないんですか?
Clues, huh? That's right. The memory card.
I pulled it out of my pocket and held it out toward her.
何ですかこれ?
I told you, a memory card. It was under the bomb we found in the lab. I think whoever set the bomb dropped it.
犯人の?
Yeah. I don't know what's on it, though. We couldn't find any kind of memory card reader.
そうですか。それじゃあ手がかりには。待ってください。そういえばこれ、どこかで見たことが。
Huh?
あ、わかりました。医務室です。リオさんとクオーク君と一緒に医務室を探索したとき、あの時にこれとそっくり同じ形をしたメモリーカードが。
Then...
はい。中身を確認することができると思います。あそこにあったモニターにこのメモリーカードを差し込めば。
Luna and I exploded into the infirmary, nearly running into Alice, Clover, and Tenyoji. Quark was there as well, of course, but he was just as we'd left him, asleep on the bed. I opened my mouth to retort, then thought better of it. If I really wanted people to start trusting each other, well, real change starts at home. So true. As quickly as I could, I explained the second bomb and the memory card, and how we'd come to the infirmary in hopes that we could discover the contents of the latter.
わかったわ。それじゃあ早速調べてみようよ。
Want to find out what the contents of the bomb are?
Right.
Just as Luna had said, there was a small slot under the screen, exactly the right size to fit a memory card. Within moments, the screen was filled with what appeared to be random letters.
What is this?
22文字のアルファベットが6行か。
1行目 3行目、5行目と2行目、4行目、6行目が全く同じ文字でできてるみたいだけど。
つまり1行目と2行目の繰り返しになっているということですね。
うん。
Is this some kind of code or something?
でたらめな文字列とは思えん。おそらくそうじゃろう。
他にデータは
ないみたいです。
So all we get is this gibberish. Hey, Alice, you haven't said anything for a while. What's up?
四つ葉、これを見て何か気づいたことはない？
気づいたこと？
研修の時に見たでしょ？これに似たものを。
Training?
あ、そっか。これって。
やっとわかったみたいね。
おい、二人だけで納得しとらんで、わしらにも教えんか。
Alice sighed and stretched her neck from side to side.
これは多分、とあるテロ組織の暗号表だと思うわ。
Oh. 組織？
クレイドールズっていう名前の組織。
何なんですか？そのクレイドールズって。
世界を破滅に導こうとしている不穏な集団よ。
そいつらが使っているのがこの暗号表というわけか。
もちろんパターンはいくつもあるけど、これはそのうちの一つだと思うの。
じゃあ爆弾を仕掛けたのは
そのクレイドールズのメンバーってことになりますね。
ええ、断言はできないけど、おそらく。
Damn, I have got a ton of questions for you. But let me start with this one. What the heck does that thing say?
そんなのわからないわよ。
What?
わかるわけないでしょ。解読するためのキーがないんだから、完全にお手上げよ。
四つ葉もか？
アリスがわからないのに私がわかるわけないじゃん。
そうか。
Not much we can do then. We can come back to that code stuff later. I've got another question. Alice, Clover, who the hell are you? Why do you know about this code?
それは。
You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of the state or something like that. Just what the hell kind of a job is that? I think it's time you told us what you do.
悪いけど、それは言えないわ。
Why not?
あなたが爆弾を仕掛けた犯人、クレイドールズのメンバーかもしれないからよ。
That's idiotic. Of course I'm not.
そうじゃないっていう保証なんてどこにもないでしょ。敵に情報を与えるわけにはいかないのよ。
I'm not your enemy. I'm your ally. I'm your friend.
I don't know about that.
Not sure about that one either, but you know. I just want us all to get out of here. Just please tell us. Please. We need to find out who did this so we can all escape. But we have too little information. We need your help. If you won't start telling us bleh, if you won't tell us about yourself, then just tell us about the Myrmidons. What else do you know about them?
ごめんなさい。
Girl. Before I could blink, she'd leapt up and run out of the room.
We literally saved your life.
Hey, wait, Alice.
I took off after her.
Literally, we saved your life.
いつまでついてくるつもり？
Until you tell me what you know.
だったら四つ葉に聞けばよかったじゃない。
Clover?
あの子が私の仲間だってもう気づいてるんでしょ？
Well, yeah.
だったら
I wanted to hear it from you.
なんでよ。
That's a good question. Remember the crew quarters? Or this garden? We got paired up for 2 separate rounds. That means I've spent more time with you than anybody else here. Maybe that's it. I guess I'm just curious about you.
何よそれ。
She spun around to hide it, but I caught a blush of red on her cheeks. We walked down the path to where it ended next to the pond.
Oh, this might be the Alice route, then.
I think so.
I stayed silent. Alice sat down on the bench. We gazed at the smooth surface of the pond for several long minutes before she began to speak.
憎んでないの？
What? Why?
私はあなたを殺そうとしたの。
Oh, so now we're admitting it. You mean in the AB game?
ええ。怖かったのよ、とても。突然こんなところに閉じ込められて、わけのわからないゲームをさせられて。爆弾のことだってそう。あれを見つけたとき、冷静に話してたように聞こえたかもしれないけど、本当は怖くて仕方がなかったの。それに輪をかけるようにあのことが重なって。
What do you mean?
クオークが倒れたって聞いて、みんなで医務室に駆けつけた時のことよ。あの時私、みんなが何を言ってるのかまるでわからなかったの。周りのすべての光景がなんていうか早送りの映像のように見えて、そのうち自分が誰なのかもわからなくなって、まるで自分が自分じゃないようなそんな感覚にとらわれて。
That was probably the Radical Six.
ええ、多分そうだと思う。その後のことはよく覚えてないけど、とにかく医務室で目覚めた途端、たちまちあの時の恐怖が蘇ってきたの。だから私は一刻も早く脱出したいって、そう思って、あなたが死ぬかもしれないなんて考えもしなかったわ。あなたが死ぬかどうかなんてどうでもよかったのよ。ほらね、憎いでしょ。殺したくなった？私のこと。
What? Do what?
殺しなさいよ。さあ。
What the hell, Alice? I'm not going to kill you. I don't even hate you.
嘘よ。一歩間違えば死ぬところだったのよ。
Come on, calm down. No one's killing anyone.
A single tear rolled down Alice's cheek, then another and another, leaving shining lines across her face. When I reached out, I saw her tense just slightly. Slowly, I brushed my thumb across her cheek and off, taking her tears with it.
どうしてそんな風に優しくしてくれるの？なんだか亡くなった父のことを思い出すわ。
That's who you were after, right? The people who killed your dad?
ええ。
Did they have anything to do with the Myrmidons?
私が泣いたこと、四つ葉に黙っててくれる？
Huh, come on.
もしも黙っててくれるなら、口止め料として教えてあげるわ。クレイドールズのことも、それから私自身のことも。
Sure. My lips are sealed.
本当に？
What crying? I don't remember any crying.
そう。それじゃあ聞かせてあげるわ。
Alice took a deep breath and began. My father is Egyptian, but my mother is French. They met while my mother was in Egypt on vacation and married shortly thereafter. When I was 3, we all moved to the US. My father was a scientist, and his field was cloning. He was recruited by an American lab, which was why we moved. Both of my parents had used English around me from the time I was born, so I didn't have any problems adapting to life in the United States. By my 9th birthday, we'd been there for 6 years. That was when it happened. In the middle of the day, my mother showed up at school. Her eyes were red and puffy, but she didn't say anything to me on the drive home. When we arrived, there were several policemen there to meet us. My father had always been a very punctual man, and when dinner time came and went with no sign of him, even I began to realize something terrible had happened. It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. My father's lab had been attacked by terrorists, and he had been kidnapped. For the rest of my childhood, my mother raised me by herself. I didn't realize it then, but it must have been incredibly difficult for her as a single mother alone in a country where any relatives were a transatlantic flight away. She did her best not to let me see it, but every so often when she thought she was alone, the mask would fall away, and in every line of her face I could see exhaustion and loneliness. As much as I missed my father, it was those moments that made me wish more than anything that he'd never been taken. Fortunately, I was an excellent student and did especially well in math. I earned a full-ride scholarship straight out of high school and spent the next several years studying. After graduation, I took a job with the Department of Defense, hoping that they might have the resources to help me look for my father. I was immediately assigned to the Special Office of Internal Security. Their purpose is to investigate and sometimes deal with terrorist organizations and other serious threats to the state. I could tell my mother wasn't happy about my decision, but she chose to remain silent about it. Eventually, I learned that the terrorist organization that had taken my father was none other than the Myrmidons, although at the time that name didn't mean anything to me. They were suspected of human cloning. Specifically, it was thought that they had been using cloning techniques to copy their most useful members and expand their ranks. Wild. The Myrmidons apparently believed that they could use cloning to create a new race of humans. Now, at last, I knew the reason for my father's abduction. The commander of the Myrmidons is a man named Left. We know his name and his gender, but not his appearance or his age. The Myrmidons are closely associated with a cult known as Free the Soul. We believe that Free the Soul provides their funding, but trying to pin any kind of misdeeds on the cult's leader, a man named Brother, is like trying to nail Jello to a wall. Brother is supposed to be fairly advanced in years, and rumors say he's so old he can't even get out of bed. Unfortunately, his mind seems to be as sharp as ever. At that point, I hit a wall. I knew the Myrmidons had been behind my father's kidnapping, but that was all I could learn about them. Then, one day, I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. I headed out immediately. On the way there, my car had some engine trouble and stalled out. I was trying to decide what to do when an SUV appeared out of nowhere. I'll give you one guess who was behind the steering wheel. Clover. That was the first time we met. I forgot we let Clover drive.
Clover drive? Yeah, it's such an insane thing to let Clover drive.
There were 4 other people in the car with her, and when I asked them what they were doing, I got what was just about the last answer I'd expected. They told me they'd been locked up inside of the very building I'd been on my way to investigate, and that they were currently in pursuit of the people who had kidnapped them in the first place. My priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. My hope was to find the people they were chasing, who I was certain were Myrmidons. In the end, however, we were unable to track them down. In fact, I still don't know where they might have gone. Eventually, I took Clover and her companions to SOIS headquarters. We decided that involving the police would only complicate things. After some questioning, it was determined that the people who had instigated this particular event were not connected to the Myrmidons. We did, however, discover that the mysterious disappearance and subsequent reappearance of several children 9 years prior was connected to Free the Soul. There was also a sixth person in the SUV, although they weren't riding in it, per se. A middle-aged man, who I'll just call H for now, had been bound and placed in the trunk.
God.
We really did that to him.
He deserved it.
Yeah. According to the other four, he had been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. We also learned that his pharmaceutical company, a major player on the world stage, was effectively controlled by Free the Soul. More specifically, I suppose, H was a member of Free the Soul and very committed to their cause.
Yeah, that is, I believe, the reason why in the Japanese version they're called the clay dolls and not Myrmidons.
Ah.
Because clay doll sounds like cradle.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, that banner that was behind the person when they were introducing Free the Soul with the weird F on it, that is related to the robes that Snake was wearing when he crawled out of the coffin.
Oh, right.
Yes.
So why had he kidnapped all those children? Apparently, it had been part of an experiment designed to test the ability of certain people to access what's called the morphogenetic field.
There it is!
Hey! They said the thing!
Morphogenetic field mentioned!
He said the thing! Or she said the thing.
He said the thing.
I don't imagine you've ever heard of it before, so I'll try and give you a quick rundown. Oh no, we're familiar, Alice.
We're so familiar.
Simply put, these people can access a sort of field that allows their consciousness to resonate with the consciousnesses of certain other people. To be honest, it might be simpler to just call it telepathy. The SOIS had heard of this particular ability before, and had actually used it in a number of investigations, so I wasn't surprised to learn of its existence. I was shocked, however, to learn that these experiments had been carried out by a member of Free the Soul. If that was the case, then Brother must have known about it. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness that power was terrifying. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tip about the Myrmidons crossed my desk. This time it claimed that the Myrmidons intended to launch a large-scale biological terrorist attack. My bosses decided that we needed more agents to deal with a threat of that magnitude, and Clover was recruited. Because she'd been a test subject in H's experiment, we knew she had the ability to access the morphogenetic field, and we wanted to put that ability to use. After several months of training, she was sent on her first mission. She would be tasked with the infiltration and investigation of a Myrmidon cloning lab. I was assigned to be her commanding officer. I hoped that our investigation might also give me a lead on my father's whereabouts. At last, I had a chance to find out what had happened to him. I wouldn't let that chance pass me by. Perhaps that was what kept me from noticing the truth. The whole operation was a trap. The lab was fake, and Clover was captured almost immediately. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived, the building was only an empty shell. All of the conspirators who had pretended to be researchers and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover until at last, in a basement room, I found her. She had been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body. It was my father. He looked as if he'd just been dumped there, and when I got to him, his body was already cold. He was covered in dark, ugly bruises. It wasn't until later that I learned he had died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding. Ugh. They had beaten him to death. As soon as Clover had been captured, a Myrmidon in a mask had come to visit her. He'd said that unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone and tell her masters at the SOIS to do likewise. In retrospect, they must have known who I was and who my father was. That was why they'd killed him. Perhaps they'd thought they were sending a message to me. Or that once he was gone, I'd lose my reason for chasing them. They were very, very wrong. I took Clover with me and left. I tried to console myself with the fact that I had at least been able to save her. Sometime later, I received a call from the coroner. He told me there was something I needed to see. There in the morgue was my father, cold and pale on a steel table. I could barely stand to look at him, but the coroner insisted. On his arm were 2 rows of numbers, comprised of 8s and 9s. It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. He had carved them into his own skin. On his chest was another message, but they were letters this time, not numbers. Not many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice. Aww. I broke down crying, right there in the morgue. They were the first tears I'd shed since the operation had started, and there was no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness. Not for the monsters who'd put my father through this. They'd destroyed my family. I would make them pay, even if I had to die to do it. That night, I made a promise to myself. I would avenge my father. It didn't take long to figure out that the numbers he'd written were latitude and longitude. They pointed to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was the mother lode we'd been looking for, the headquarters of the Myrmidons. I think my father must have known how things would turn out. Knowing he was going to die, he'd written the directions to our enemy's fortress on his own body. He'd sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time, our operation would succeed. This time, I wouldn't let my excitement put Clover or any of my other agents in danger. So we took our time. We gathered information, we did our research, and we planned. Finally, we were ready. December 25th, 2028 was going to be the day we finally set foot inside the Myrmidon stronghold. But then, on the 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared.
Yes.
Yes. So you inhaled that gas, passed out, and woke up here in the AB room?
ええ。これがクレイドールズと私に関することのすべてよ。もちろん細かい部分については端折ってるけど、大体の概要は分かったでしょ?
Yeah. Thanks.
She gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up.
さあ、戻りましょう。
Not yet. Your story explained a lot, but there's still one big question.
答え?
Who here is a Myrmidon? I wonder. One of us planted the bombs. And based off the code we found, it's pretty clear that person is a Myrmidon. Right?
そうね.
And I agree that we need to figure out who they are.
突き止めるって言っても、どうやって?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Do you have any clues?
I would love to just blame Dio.
Always blame Dio.
Always blame Dio.
Yeah. I don't think he's smart enough, though.
How can we do that?
だから言ったでしょ? そのためにはキーが必要なのよ。それがわからないことにはどうにも。
What's a key?
キーはキーよ。解読するための鍵のこと。クレイドールズはその鍵として長い桁数の数字を使っていて。
Wait. A long string of numbers. Could that be...
Could it be?
Could it be?
Could it be?
Could it be?
God damn it.
Hey, we got a lot more lore, though.